Hey everyone, welcome back to Travel 101 where we inspire your next trip. We have a really exciting video today. I'm going to share with you my 35 travel tips, hacks, tricks, whatever you want to call them, to make sure you have a seamless flight, get through security and breathe, and actually start your vacation correctly. Alright, we have 35, as I mentioned, to get through, so let's just dive straight in. Now, the first one is pretty obvious, just bring a plastic bottle with you through security. This is such an important thing to bring through. Firstly, because it will actually save you money when you go through security. And the next tip is actually use that on your aircraft and get the flight attendants to fill it up for you. Those little tiny cups they give you on the airplane are just not enough to keep you hydrated throughout the entire flight. Make sure your luggage tag actually covers your address. Now, you may not think about it, but there could be people walking around the airport actually scoping out and sussing out people's addresses. So make sure your luggage tag actually has a cover. Use online check-in as soon as it opens. This ensures you get the best possible seat if that option is available to you. Keep as many items as possible in your jacket pocket. This just ensures when you go through security, all you need to do is actually take your jacket off and don't have to fumble around inside your suitcase. Put all cables in a sunglass case. This is such a good one to actually keep everything neat and tidy, as well as that when you're opening and closing your bag, you may actually damage the cables. This is just to ensure you also keep them really safe and sound. When you go through security, veer to the left. Most people generally veer to the right, so you'll actually end up getting in a shorter queue. Put some cling wrap under the lid of all your toiletries that you carry on. If there are any spillages or explosions, it will actually keep it nice and tidy. When you go through security, make sure you find your gate first before you do anything else. You never know, your gate could be about a 20-minute walk away, especially at those larger airports. It may seem close, but it could actually be really far. Next, if you're worried that your carry-on is actually too heavy, take a plastic bag through with you. If you put anything in that plastic bag, they'll most likely think you purchased it at the airport and most likely won't weigh it as well. If you have a handbag, put things in that handbag because they most likely won't weigh that handbag either. Purchase luggage that's bright, or if you don't like bright luggage, add a ribbon to it. Most people have black or dark coloured luggage and you don't want anyone taking away your bag by accident. Add a fragile sticker to your luggage. This is just to ensure the ground staff will actually handle your luggage with a little bit more care. Well, hopefully they will. Pack a power board or a plug extender. You'll most likely be charging more than one item. If you're at the airport and you can't find a working or a vacant USB plug, try finding one of the terminal TVs. Generally, they will actually have a USB plug at the back. If you're going on a long trip, make sure you take a photo of where you parked your car. Believe me, after a long trip, you may actually forget. Board last if you can. This is great because it actually allows you to have a good overview of the aircraft and you can see any great vacant seats if you decide to move during your flight. If the overhead compartment above you is full, make sure you put your bag in one of the overhead compartments in front of your seat. This just makes it easier when leaving the aircraft. If you're in a couple, book an aisle seat and a window seat. The middle seat most likely won't get booked that way. The first few rows of an aircraft are usually for families and closest to the lavatory, so they can be quite busy. So if you would like a little bit of a quieter seat, make sure you book a few rows back. If you have a little bit of an issue with turbulence, make sure you book a seat across the wing. Also, another tip regarding turbulence is try and book flights in the morning because they're generally less turbulent. Don't forget to download all your TV shows, movies, ebooks before you actually board the aircraft. Once those doors shut, you have no chance of downloading anything else. Most credit cards actually offer free lounge access that a lot of people don't know about, so have a look at yours before you go on your next trip. Pack gum and chew it while you're taking off and while you're landing. This will help prevent ear blockage. Do not eat anything off those tray tables, and if possible, try not to touch them as much as possible. They're generally the dirtiest part of the aircraft because they're not cleaned very often. Pack toothbrush, toothpaste, face wash, and moisturizer. Trust me, you'll want this if you are on long haul flights. If you're trying to fall asleep on an aircraft and you're really struggling, try and go through the motions like you are going to sleep at home. So, brush your teeth, wash your face, put the moisturizer on, you'll trick your body into going to sleep. Leave the air vent above you open. This will allow air circulation, so hopefully you won't get sick. Make sure you take socks and a scarf with you. It can get quite cold on these aircrafts and there's nothing worse than being cold. Wear a jumper with a hood or bring an eye mask. This will help you block out light so you can easily fall asleep. If you are bringing an inflatable neck pillow, don't blow it up all the way. It'll most likely explode because of the pressure. If you have a long layover, make sure you check out Fox Nomad and take note of the username, Wi-Fi and password of that airport you're going to be laying over at. This website's great because it pretty much has all the Wi-Fi details at all the airports across the world, so make sure you check them out. Next one is sleepingairports.net. Check them out if you have a long layover because they have great tips and advice of places where you can sleep at these airports if your layover is quite a while. When you do arrive at your destination, avoid, if possible, booking one of those ride shares when you actually get to the airport. The surcharge is really high. If you just walk a little bit out of the airport, you'll save so much money. Now, we made it to the end. Now, if there is one that you use that I have not mentioned in this video, make sure you drop it in the comments below to share it with the rest of the Travel 101 community. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, we cannot wait to see you in the next video.